Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Orc Rose, where we bring to you everything nerdy, geeky, and just plain fun. My name is Thomas.
And my name is Derek.
And today, we're specifically talking about the new season of Stranger Things 2. As
Cleverly named.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I thought that was an interesting choice. I don't know if they're going with like the 80s theme doing
so.
that.
I'm pretty sure.
It was pretty good. Now, we want to start off by saying, my gosh, it was incredible.
Absolutely.
We're not being misleading with our title. We'll get to that.
Nope.
But the series, this season itself was phenomenal.
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was beautiful to look at. Honestly, the writing was pretty good. It was just good. It was.
We'll get back to the writing.
We will.
That's one of the things we're going to come back to. But I do want to point out,
I enjoyed the writing. We have stuff to say, but I enjoyed it.
So all of the actors in this I've found to be incredible. The kids especially.
Still.
Yeah. They are awesome. You can tell they're starting to get older. Dustin certainly sounds older. He was the one that just stood out to me as actually having aged. But they're all still doing a phenomenal job, and they seem. I've seen a lot of stuff with them on talk shows and stuff where they seem like they're just the best of friends.
Yeah, it does seem like they actually bonded quite well during the filming. I think that's actually pretty cool.
But even the adult actors are all really good. I think they all gave an incredible performance.
Yep.
So
as a whole, very, very well done.
So yeah, absolutely, we thoroughly enjoyed it.
To be fair, it sounds weird that I'm lead, especially with all the stuff y'all know is probably coming. When I say as a whole, really well done, individually well done too. I wasn't,
absolutely.
Yeah, I wasn't saying as a whole it's great, but individually, no. I mean, honestly, individually they did great. So, casting well done, acting well done, yeah.
So now we're going to make you hate us.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, if you're a big Stranger Things fan, which is awkward because I am, and I believe you are as well.
I am.
So yeah, we're huge Stranger Things fans. As we try to move smoothly into the things that could have been done better, or things that have us concerned for future, seasons, or
and I'll go ahead and tell
whether or not we really want a third season. I don't know.
We generally agree on just about everything. We almost got into an argument after we finished watching it, because we finished watching the season together.
That's right.
And we about got into it. Because you don't completely agree with me on all of this.
Not on all of it. I agree with the basic premise of it. I do. But yeah, not quite on everything. So yeah, it should be interesting.
So here is my biggest complaint about Stranger Things 2 that Derek does not completely agree with me on. Stranger Things 2 is Stranger Things 1. They're the same story. I mean, seriously, you have the kids' storyline, you have the older kids' storyline, you have the adult storyline. They go their separate ways, they encounter their own problems, and then at the end, they come up for the ultimate battle. Of course, Will is the catalyst for all of this, both seasons.
Yeah,
and then Elle comes in and completely saves the day.
Yeah.
It's the same story.
And I didn't completely disagree because I can't. I can't. My view on it though wasn't quite so like it's the exact same story. My view on it is that it is the same story. It is a continuation from the first one, and therefore the same story type stuff makes sense. Now, the way it's done, this is the part I agreed with you on.
Yeah.
The way it's done in the fashion that you were describing, I think that it could have been done a little bit more creatively. I'm okay with Will being the catalyst because it led in from the last season.
That's completely fair.
Things like that. I think were okay because it's the same. It essentially is the same story. It's just a continuation from that. But the way they had it done, where the kids were together, the only thing about that. Oh my gosh, that hurt. The only thing about that I question, that I'm not really 100% sure how to do it better, is, or do it differently rather, is because that's kind of how it would work. I mean, you have kids.
Yeah.
They're going to group together. That's just what they're going to do. You have the older kids. They're going to group together. It's just what they do. They're not going to, like, specifically seek out to hang out with the younger kids or the adults, and the adults are kind of going to do that also, which I did find funny because people slammed them, right? The adults at some point. I saw some stuff on that where they were upset because kids wouldn't be left alone like that.
Not in the
And I'm
80s.
like, man, in the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
You dang Skippy, they would. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, no, that absolutely would happen.
So it was fine.
But going back to Will specifically, first of all, I've got to say the kid playing him did phenomenally.
He really did.
He's a great actor. As a kid, he played it perfectly. The character, I haven't connected with this character. It's 2 seasons, and I can forgive the first one because he wasn't there.
Right.
But I still have not connected with this character, who is an integral part of the other kids' lives. His mother is one of the main characters in the series, and I know nothing about this kid still.
Yeah, likes to draw.
Yeah, we know that. We know that
Shy.
he's shy. Him and his brother have a connection with a song that I can't remember.
Is that it? It's funny because you're right. He's a focal point, but you don't really know anything about him. One thing I will say that in props to the actor, because he was in the movie. He was in the show a fair bit this season. He wasn't always there, but he was part of it.
Yeah.
And the actor did a absolutely phenomenal job playing the role that he did, which was like, and you see him come in initially, right? And he's what he was. He's this shy character that doesn't really, or boy that doesn't really know what's going on, and he's obviously withdrawn. He has friends, and you can tell he's loyal to them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the shift to like Dark Will or whatever,
it was
the shift.
It was odd.
The shift was really well done, though. Like, because
he performed it incredibly.
Well, also too, if you notice, like, they could have done what they do a lot of times and things like that, is take an episode to do it. They didn't here. They had it gradual, slow over, like, probably, I think it was like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Really to do it, and the subtleties that he performed in it were really quite good, and especially for an actor of that age group. I mean, I thought he did a beautiful job with it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you my next big complaint, and this is a lot of people's biggest complaint with the second season of Stranger Things. It's not my biggest one, and there's a reason for that. It's because I'm looking into the future. But the episode with Eleven's sister.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people are complaining about this, and not without good reason. It felt very out of place.
It really did.
Didn't add. It added a little bit into Eleven's background.
A little bit.
Jane's background. Whatever. It was an interesting look at how other people were affected by that program. But other than that, it didn't add anything to the story. It didn't add anything to Eleven's development. I didn't even like the way that they played into the whole use your anger to be more powerful thing, because they just went with that. There was no contrast to it.
No, it wasn't. Honestly, it was almost like they did that episode because they already knew where they were going. And they needed a way to get there, so throw in the anger thing. That's what it felt like to me. I mean, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it's what it felt like.
The creators are saying that it was something that they felt they needed to do, exploring her past. Which, you know what, that's fair. I will give you that. It didn't come across right. Just that's the way I feel about it. It wasn't done well. I understand if they felt like they needed to do it, but as a viewer, it didn't really work. Now, my biggest problem And we have talked a little bit about this, and if they continue to do this in Season 3, it will be the end of the show. I'm going to call it. If they do this one more time, it's going to be the end. They're using 11 as a Deus Ex Machina.
Yep.
And
they absolutely are.
Something needs to change for the next season, because there will be a next season. It was left perfectly open for it. The reviews have been incredible so far in this show, and not wrongly so. But if they do it another season, it's going to be the end. That's when the fans are going to catch on and actually be upset about it.
I can tick them off right now. As things stand, like right now, where the show is, with the direction, like if it continues in the same vein, I'm going to say I don't want a third season. Like the way, just listen, the way that is done now. Like if next season is okay, second season was first season. If third season is second season, I have a problem and I'm done. You know, it's one of the, again with the you can say it for me because I can't.
Deus Ex Machina.
Thank you.
I can't believe I've pulled it off twice now. So
you know, if they do that again, then it's just not good. You know, it's just not. And it doesn't take away from the first season being amazing. It doesn't take away from the second season, which I still find amazing. You know, I loved it. I watched it straight through. You know, I mean, I didn't hardly take a break.
I'll tell you where I'll forgive it. Yeah. And granted, I don't think in general they should go past a third season, but I have a thing for trilogies. Star Wars.
Yep.
Some of you might hate me for this one, but Prince of Persia, the new games. They were done in a trilogy, and they ended perfectly. Then they made more, and it just ruined it. Assassin's Creed probably should have ended in a trilogy.
Origins looks like it might be pretty good.
It does, but that's for another episode.
Yep.
If they come in the third season and they bring back the sister and make her a more important part of the story and have her come around and have a redemption for her, and the two have to come together to defeat the big bad guy, which is another good D&D reference, because we got more D&D references this time. Cool. I will be forgiving of it.
See,
but it needs to end there.
See, I will be okay with it at that point. I don't know how forgiving I'd be, because, like, for me, that's just using 11 and her family as Deus Ex Machina. What you said earlier. You know,
I'm not going for a third time. I'll fail.
I haven't. Like, I want to see something else. I want to see one of the others. I want to see one of the others be the hero, so to speak.
But anyways, guys, that's about all we have time for today. If you agree with us, if you hate everything we said, that's fine. Just leave it in the comments. Tell us what you thought. We'd love to continue a discussion. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. And if you haven't already done it, hit subscribe. We want to be communicating, and you want to hear what we have to say next week. We also do an Orville video every week that should be posted right now, so go check that out.
We do. Also, just to toss this in there, we're cutting this a little short because Stranger Things is big. It is a long thing. It has got a ton of characters, and we obviously can't cover it all in one thing. If you want us to continue and finish our thoughts on it, because we haven't, then let us know, because we have more to say.
We do.
But again, we can't jam it in here. It wouldn't be fair to you guys. So,
anyways, guys, find us online at www.orcrogues.com. You can also follow us on twitch.tv, where we both play games /OrcRogue, so be sure to check that out. It is normally me playing Tales of Berseria Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and Derek
playing Hearthstone at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, up 2:30 p.m. I am in the afternoon, not early in the morning.
And that is on Mondays. So, guys, you did not say Monday.
Monday.
Guys, until next time, we are Orc Rogues.